Mhm. Hey there, welcome to Pop Culture Cupid.
I'm Alison, love coach, here to help you single people find your way back to love.
And I'm Michal, I'm a single life coach. I help singles embrace themselves and their singleness, as well as develop a healthy self relationship.
In this podcast, we will look at how pop culture impacts romance, dating, and your love life.
And each week, we'll shoot another arrow through another pop culture delusion.
I thought we weren't going to do the whole cheesy thing.
And then burst into smithereens.
Oh my god, dude, that's so cringe!
Sorry, it's in the intro now.
If you make it through the chaos and you enjoy what you hear, please leave a comment, like, subscribe, and go to all the social media.
At Pop Culture Cupid on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Enjoy!
I enjoyed
Yeah,
them. I found healthy the way they got over their conflict.
yeah, yeah.
I can't really remember what I said about them, but it's unsurprising what happened. I think that they're both not amazing in this situation. I think they're
No,
both gaslighters, and they're both
yeah,
kind of didn't find a person that they could like. I I was going to say dominate, but that's not a very nice word. But
yeah.
in a relationship, there's always one that kind of not controls the other, but in mine and JT's relationship, like it varies, but one often has more power than the other,
Mm-hmm.
and depending on the circumstance, like you know, when I'm in the right, I'll take more power, and when he's in the right, he'll take more power, and that's just
Mm-hmm.
and then it's the equilibrium, and but it's because also the other one accepts that they're in the wrong, and they kind of retreat a little bit.
Yeah,
They to them too, like they're not willing to relinquish any power whatsoever. Like they want to be right.
yeah,
She doesn't want to be the victimized woman. She wants to have all of the power, and he doesn't want to get walked all over. Uh, he's got some serious grieving issues as well,
yeah,
which he needs to finish grieving, because I think he's kind of this is probably gonna be horrible to listen to, but he's looking for his sisters,
mm-hmm. Yeah,
and which is completely kind of understandable and everything. But in looking for his sisters, like he's really, really kind of demanding on other women. He's put his sisters up on a pedestal, which is completely understandable. But they're both in a very strange position.
yeah. I Look, I think one of the best things you can learn how to do, especially in a relationship, is learn how to take accountability and admit when you were wrong. And a lot of times we see it as weakness and it's like a punch to our ego. But at the end of the day, I think that's what helps us get over these hurdles and improve and prevent unnecessary arguments and drama and whatever it is. Being able to say, you know what, I did this and that wrong, and I wasn't okay over here, and I should do better over there. And then when you trust the other person that's with you, and when you have a healthy relationship, they'll be able to do the same. They won't be like, yeah, you were wrong, and you really did that wrong, and you really do need to improve that. They'll be like very appreciative, first of all, that you're noticing these things, but also they'll be able to say, true, but I also have this, that, and the other to work on and whatever. And I feel like both of them are really not good at that. Like on the one hand, he was like um bottling things up, and he was letting her do the things that annoyed him so he could afterwards get upset at her and blow it out of proportion and then blame her. And there was like this, what
mm,
did he say that and she was constantly trying to explain to him, and then he wanted to say something, and he wrote like, am I gonna get to speak? And she didn't even say anything, and he was like accusing her of cutting him off constantly, which I didn't feel like she was doing, but like, I don't know, it was like he wanted her to to cut him off. So he like, I don't know. It was like he just wanted
Yeah, he was to
to get
provoke her.
upset at her. Yeah, I don't know. But then she also was like, I felt like she explained herself really well. But on the other hand, I feel like she also could have been a bit more aware. But then I don't know. I felt like it's hard for me to come down on her because I feel like he was just being so obnoxious. And the way he ended it over there was so mean. It was so evil the way he was like, "Yeah, no, I'm just out of here." I can't remember the exact words he said, but he like just shames her and he just makes her feel really bad and he makes her feel like she's the problem. When
I
he
no
was
go.
bottling it up. You should be able, you need, if something's bothering you, you need to say it. It doesn't have to be in the exact moment, but like don't wait for it to be bottled up or to be like in a huge pile with a bunch of other stuff that are now bothering you. You have to talk about it calmly before it gets to be a big issue. And like, and then what happens is you're so charged that it's like you're full speed crashing into her with all of these accusations.
I I'm gonna play devil's advocate on this.
Mm-hmm.
I once met I actually knew a couple of women who could kind of feel when the spotlight was on her, and so who
Yeah,
switched her behavior in a way that she well, I mean, both these women, but I'll speak, as if it were only one. And like,
yeah,
I'm basically, this is what happened in their minds of I'm gonna behave in a way where like nothing can be said against me, even though I'm in the wrong. Okay, I'll take an example. I had a friend who well, I mean, beat up my ex-boyfriend.
Hmm.
I can't believe I've never
My
mentioned
God.
this. Yeah, until he bled.
Oh my
They
God.
were
Did he
both
deserve it?
I don't like from what both of their stories, he didn't deserve it. Basically, they were drunk. Um, they'd gone out because they were friends before. Like they are the reason why I met him. The fact that they were
Hmm.
friends before, like we got into a relationship, and
Interesting.
I was away, and they got drunk. Went to a party, had a party or whatever when I was away. Got drunk. They went into town, came back. They lost each other, so he just made his way home. Then when she got back, she was like, "You abandoned me," and she beat him up
Hmm.
till he bled, and that's the long and short of it. And this was added on to like a bunch of other of her really kind of strange, toxic behaviors. Um, and I confronted her about it because I like, there was nothing going well in that friendship anymore. And we tried kind of talking about it calmly, and then she got me to get really angry. Like she really built up my
Hmm.
anger. And as soon as I got angry, she just kind of took a step back and was just like, I'm chill. Like you're overreacting. You're being too dramatic. Like you're the one being angry. You're the one saying this. I was like, don't turn the situation don't turn the situation around.
Hmm.
Anyway, I feel like this is maybe what Alexandra was doing, that she may have been a complete raging bitch off camera and on camera realizing that she's being watched and like she will need to defend herself, behaved
Yeah,
perfectly.
it's completely plausible. Like, I mean, also with the edits, we know how
Yeah.
different things come out to be. So, like, but there's not much we can do because we don't really know what goes on behind closed doors and when the cameras are off. We don't know
Yeah.
what they've edited out.
Yeah.
We can
Well,
only
especially
react to
with
what's happening on screen. But yeah,
Amber Barnett, um,
yeah, the interview
Lauren
with,
and Cameron interview, which highly
yeah,
recommend on YouTube. It's their first podcast. Is very, it's very
yeah, it's a
entertaining.
good interview. Yeah,
Um, you know, whether it's them or whether it's the other drama around Netflix and Love is Blind, like
yeah,
or any other show, we know that the edit never gives much justice to the
no,
situation.
it doesn't.
it only happened once that the edit kind of was like, actually, you're in the wrong. The whole thing about the little fruits and what was her
Yeah,
name?
Zeneb.
Anyway, exactly.
Yeah,
So yeah, it's this is the first time that we're actually kind of saying, okay, then maybe the edit's got something to do with it because we kind of agreed, let's take everything for granted, like let's take it at face
yeah,
value just for sake of conversation. But here it's just, I think that they're both not amazing people. Um,
yeah,
I completely agree with Alexandra saying, I was tired. Um, I needed to go to bed.
yeah,
You don't know what time it is. It just, but then there's a way of doing it. Like she could very well say, I was tired. I had to go to bed. I'm sorry. It's just I get tired. And if that's the way she delivered it, then he was out of order. If it was the cameras turned off, she got up and left, then that's not cool either.
yeah.
So anyway,
I don't know. We don't know what happened. That's the thing. But I know that she explained it very well, and in that conversation, or at least what the parts of it that we saw, there wasn't anything of like real deep substance in his accusations with quotation marks towards her. That I'm like, yeah, she's a bitch. Like I don't
yeah,
need to see that to know that she's a bitch. Like there was not. He was on like I felt like he was trying to, I don't know, could be that there's a lot more. I have no idea, but I felt like he was just overreacting and being way too cold towards her. But who knows? We don't know what happened.
nope. Um,
Anyway,
so we've come up on 21 minutes,
yeah.
and the next couple is Hannah and Nick.
Yeah.
And then we've got Ramses and Marissa, and then we've got Tyler and Ashley, and then we've got Garrett and Taylor. So I feel that this is a good cutting off point.
Yeah.
And
Have to
so
stay tuned.
you guys have to stay tuned because next week's episode is going to be about Nick and Hannah and
Hmm.
probably Ramses and Marissa. But we're making it palatable for you guys, so we're cutting it off now.
Yeah. If we can't handle all the drama all at once, then we know that you
You
can't either. It's like you need a
exactly,
break. Go get a
exactly.
coffee, have some tea, take a week's break, and come back to
Come back and we'll talk
listen to
about Nick
more
and
drama.
Hannah and Ramses and Marissa.
Marissa.
So
Yep.
like, follow,
Like, subscribe,
subscribe.
follow.
Let us know.
Let us know.
The reunion episode will come out in the meantime. It doesn't matter. Um,
Yeah.
we're all up for it. It actually prolongs the Love is Blind drama, which we enjoy.
Yeah. True. True that. Anyway,
Bye,
bye
everyone.
bye.